So welcome, welcome. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to go straight up on it. So I'm going to give the credit to the woman who actually exposed this. Her name is Shannon, two N's, Duke. You like a Duke? And she's on TikTok. And for some reason, she was checking out Robinhood. The Robinhood, the version that you want to look up is 2010. Ridley Scott is my favorite director. And Russell Crowe is playing Robin Hood, okay? So let me tell you what was removed on the Amazon Prime. Now, I looked at the comments, okay? First, let me read to you what was removed. It starts out opening credit before it goes into scene 1. In times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history. And then it proceeds to say, this was such a time in 12th century England. You made it, my friend. Thank you. And this comment in the opening credits of Robin Hood 2012, Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, was removed. Now, check it out. I'm used to people getting likes and wanting attention. So, of course, me, being me, I went straight to Amazon Prime, opened the fucking movie, and fucking sure enough, it's not there. It's fucking gone. Now, if you go on YouTube, which is where I took the screenshot to show this, it's there. Opening credits. This is why I know what the opening credits are. Because on YouTube, it has not been removed. But Amazon Prime, these MFers removed it. And until you know, and why would Ridley Scott know? This needs to go viral. This needs to go on Ridley Scott's fucking table. Because this is not. He's a great director. He's got some amazing movies. I can tell you that I think he'd fucking lose his shit. So the woman who actually posted the video is called Shannon Duke. Actually, hang on. It's the Shannon Shannon Duke Duke. I want to give credit to, and her thing is going somewhat viral. Fucking make it go viral. Just literally take that video and make it fucking go viral. I've reposted it. I've sent it to my group. I've sent the screenshots. If you don't think this is serious, let me repeat what the line is. Let me repeat it. Because Robinhood, and it's funny too, because for the last few weeks, I've been using Robinhood as an analogy of the fuckery of the 1% for the last, at least on written records, I'd say 2,500 years, at least. Okay? Again, let me repeat the line, because this is a very important line. Now, again, the movie came out in 2010. This is a very important line. Now, again, the movie came out in 2010, Robin Hood. In times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history. Mic fucking drop. Now, remember, these were guys coming back from the Crusades. Another movie you want to watch is, Kingdom of Heaven. When Kingdom of Heaven came out, 9/11 was on its heels. So it fucked up the movie completely in the box office, because he had done Gladiator in 1999, came out in 2000. Right on its heels, he's the Kingdom of Heaven, which is all about the Crusades, the Knights Templars, right? And the Knights Templars, the way we know them, are connected to the Grail. And the Grail was the chalice, I'm going to call it the womb of Mary of Magdalena, okay? Now, on the side note, I'm actually reading a book by Shirley MacLaine called The Camino. It's a very famous walkway. My dear internet friends who I've known for 25 fucking years, God bless his soul, D Sunshine, did the Camino. And on the second time he was going to do the Camino again, and he invited me, and I had all kinds of duties. People were, my mother was sick, things like that, and I couldn't do it. I really could not do it. But the Camino is a path that goes from France through Spain, and it is connected to, it's a ley line system. It's a powerful ley line. That's why I actually want to do the walk. And crazy enough, Shirley MacLaine was 63 when she did that walk, and it's a fucking intense journey. It's intense. Okay, fucking young people half her age drop out of it. They don't complete it. It's brutal. And in the Camino, the Knights Templars made sure to protect the journeymen, the people who were doing this journey, which was a holy journey. They protected them from brigands, robbers, thieves, and so forth. And so they would man that road, that particular road, and it goes through the Pyrenees into Spain. It's fucking amazing. It's a fucking great adventure, and it's also incredibly powerful. So imagine how the universe gives you synchronicities. Where I'm reading about her adventures. I'm getting all excited. And I remember her book came out in, it came out in 1999. Yeah, she did it in 1999. So there was a lot of things going on as we were going through the Y2K conversions, right? Conversions meaning infrastructure was toggling. We were kicking that fucking clunky ball called civilization and controlled by the 1% to the other side into the century. And again, the fact that Amazon Prime took down in times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes its place in history. And I talk about Robin Hood a lot. And I talk about many archetypal characters, masculines, who tried to right the wrongs that were going on. And I always push you all to watch movies like Rob Roy. I've mentioned it again and again. Rob Roy, Liam Neeson, Braveheart with Mel Gibson, one of his great fucking masterpieces on William Wallace. And I tell you, Yeshua, okay, no matter what you think, he died on the cross for it. No. The man died, period. That's it. Okay, when the movie The Last Temptation of Christ came out, people were fucking picketing that movie. Why? Why would you picket that movie? Watch the movies I'm mentioning, and watch them with transcendental eyes, because then you realize how we have been completely fucking muzzled again and again. So I don't know what the game is. I don't know why it was important to remove this particular paragraph. But Shannon Duke found it, and is done a whole video on it. Check it out. It's less than fucking 2 minutes. You know what? I mean, pay attention to this shit, man. I mean, fucking if you see shit like that, make it go viral. Repost it on all your social media. Facebook. Get your fucking people wake the fuck up and what's going on. Because I actually screenshotted the actual Amazon one, and I screenshotted the comment that does appear on the same, timeline in YouTube where it appears, and clearly it's gone in Amazon. My question is, why is it gone? Well, what is so dangerous about saying such a thing in times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people? Did you hear that? When law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history. Why is this a dangerous thing? Why is it so dangerous that they remove it from Robin Hood? These are stories that all of us individually and collectively need to revisit. You want to have a book club? Yeah, I would have a book club. I might actually tell my book club, listen, we're going to do Robin Hood. Fuck it. Right now we're talking about doing Journey of Souls, Untethered Soul. I'm talking to them about doing The Camino by Shirley MacLaine. And honestly, if you're on the table, let's do a classic. Let's do Robin Hood. Let's just go. Let's deep dive and look at this story from a transcendental point of view. It's funny how we talk about Camelot. We talk about King Arthur's round table. Round table. What does that mean? No hierarchy. Yes, I'm a king because I pulled out the sword. But you, my brothers, are all equals on this table. We are all using our wisdoms and having a wise elder, Merlin. Are we being given codes that we ignored, thinking they were fairy tales and entertainment stories? Or are we losing our ability to see things for what they are? When you look at the Little Mermaid, she gives up her voice, because she's in love. This is a very feminine story that we have to talk about for the feminine, because very few men do this, but women do it all day long. So here comes the feminine energy of self-sacrifice. I will give up my voice to have legs to be near you, and still you won't see me because I can't speak my truth. There are stories that and understandings that Carl Jung, I hate Freud. I hate him because he was sick in the head. But Carl Jung, man, he understood dreams and archetypes, and he wrote about it in the concept of anima and animus, the masculine, the feminine, things of the nature that the very highly educated, the elite, are taught. This is the shit should be teaching in fucking junior high school. Philosophy. What is right? What is wrong? Why is it right? Why is it wrong? And having discussions to create great thinkers in the realm of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates. But they don't want that. And that's obvious. That's obvious because they're burying any free-thinking mind in the gutters of fucking testing out shit they regurgitated like monkeys. So it's interesting to me how we are now looking at some censorships, because there were people in Ireland, people in Canada, people in Australia saying, I just looked at my version of Robin Hood by Ridley Scott, and no, they didn't take it out. They did not take it out, but they sure in the fuck did here. That's it. I pretty much have nothing. What else am I going to say about this? There's nothing else to say. Any questions or comments? Nothing else to say. What am I going to do? Have panels of fucking 50 people to talk about this shit? It's really simple. This shit's happening. We need to be aware of it. We need to let other people be aware of it. That's our job. And if this expiration date on the TikTok ban actually comes through, which I listened to, what's his name? Aaron Parnas. He's got a Substack, which I follow. And he does quick little vignettes. Nice young man. A real fucking journalist. He created himself as a journalist, and that's what he is, and an editorialist. And I follow him, and he's talking about the fact that it could actually get shut down in 2 days. Meanwhile, we've got the president, who's not only now the Pope, but now he's a Sith. So I don't know. It's like part of me fucking goes, what the fuck? I mean, if you're not laughing at some point, laughing but realizing the sick humor that these people have, it's interesting. And how we've been played. Many of us got played. Trust me, there are people I know for a fact that voted for him. Kennedy and what's her name? Oh shit. The Tulsi Gabbard was part of the, the lure to, well, maybe, things have changed. Maybe kumbaya. Yeah, we all want kumbaya, but we're dealing with Machiavellian personalities. And if you've never read The Prince by Machiavelli, listen, if you're going to complain about the system as it is, then do your fucking due diligence and start reading books, watching movies, and reading articles about people who know this shit in and out. So Machiavelli was a philosopher studying of human nature who used the Borgias. And if you don't know anything about the Borgias, there's two versions of TV shows that would entertain you, and you'd learn about the Machiavellian mindset, which is, anyway, The Prince. It's a very small, short volume. Was the Borgia, Pope Borgia, was used as a muse, if you will, as a poster child of this evil but very clever way of controlling not just the paupers, the peasants, but the elite. And to corner elite people, so they would be forced to do what you want them to do. Forced. So read that book. There's shit you need to read. I'm sorry. It's time for Americans to get fucking educated. And to say that you don't have time, get it on Audible, do your laundry while you're listening. But it's time that you actually put yourself on 160 miles an hour of catching the fuck up. Kind of like The Fifth Element with a girl, she's like digesting all this information to catch up because she's been sleeping for thousands of years. Yeah, kind of like that. Because we've been sleeping, not just as Americans, but as starseeds. And now we have to catch up. And that means that, yeah, you may want to set up some book clubs, some esoteric book clubs. I set up mine. If you want to join ours, you're welcome to join our esoteric book club on Telegram. You're absolutely invited. But like I said, it's time to start reading, educating, and hurrying up. And if you don't have time to do it because you think you don't have time, then whatever happens, happens, and it's in your hands, because you need to understand the game before you can manifest the opposite end goal. That's it, if that makes sense. All right, well, anyway, thank you for being here, and I will upload on my YouTube and send you so much love on your journey, because it's an interesting ride. Namaste, be well.